Season 2 Reloaded for Modern Warfare 3 released today, and as expected, they patched a lot of glitches. Yesterday, I had made a video talking about 12 glitches that were currently working, and they were popular. People were using them, and today, most of those are gone. Strangely enough, though, the solo method for Tombstone, using the bad signal portal and jumping out of bounds, still works. Like, they haven't fixed that yet. That method is where you start at this portal, and then you open that up, go to the bad signal portal and start that up, and then head back to this portal and it teleports you to the outskirts of the map. You run out of bounds while hitting menu options at the right time and then closing app when you are getting kicked from the game. I really thought this one was going to be gone today, but it isn't. But I don't think this one has much time left, honestly. And when it is gone, we should still have the duos method where you have to fully bleed out and plea in the game, be revived, and you can use everything in your rucksack. I would think that they would have a pretty hard time patching that one because that's how Tombstone is supposed to act, and they'd have to completely change Tombstone to get rid of that. Number 3 on the list is a glitch that is gone. Now, we've had this one for a really long time, since day one. They've never fixed it, but now they have. And this is the quad pack-a-punch of the wonder weapons, where you turn the wonder weapons into double damage of a triple pack-a-punch weapon. How the glitch went is that you would down yourself in front of the safes, and you would do it at a specific time. And when you revived, you would be holding out your weapons, and then you would switch your weapons and be holding nothing in your hand. While having nothing in your hand, you would pick up a wonder weapon or open a case, and when you did that, it would strip its rarity, so it would just be gray on the bottom right. Then you could apply a crystal or pack-a-punch it, and then it would allow you to put on a legendary tool, and that would quad pack-a-punch it. Well, now you can still do everything. It still strips its rarity, but you cannot get a legendary tool to go on it, and that's what you need to be able to quad pack-a-punch it. There was another method for taking wonder weapons into the Sigil or the Elder Sigil, and when you opened it and equipped it, it would strip its rarity, and then you could put a tool on and quad pack-a-punch it. We tried it today. We went into one of the sigils, and yeah, you cannot get a legendary tool on it, whereas before it was very easy to do. Also, I'm not aware of any after patches to this, so I don't think we're gonna ever be able to put a legendary tool on a wonder weapon. Like, they've blocked it. Number 4, I literally just posted it yesterday, and they've already patched it. This is where you could duplicate other players' weapons and exfil with them and not have them have to drop them, and you could unlock weapons from like the battle pass or other guns that you didn't have. There were 2 methods. You could take in a glitched out quad pack-a-punch wonder weapon, and it would remove it and then give you the loadout of one of the other players. It wouldn't take it from them, it would duplicate it to you. There was another way to do it if you died off of the map, like completely, and then one of the players in your party went through the Sigil or Elder Sigil. That player would teleport through, and it would drag you with them, and it would revive you and give you a duplication of their loadout. Well, we can't quad pack-a-punch wonder weapons anymore, so we can't use that method. And then the other method of getting completely downed and bleeding out and then having a player drag you through the portal, well, now you don't get dragged through the portal. You just stay in the main map with a black screen, and you don't duplicate their weapons anymore. Number 5 is where you could duplicate Sigil or Elder Sigils, and you would place it into the rift and then open up your backpack at the same time and drop it for someone else to pick up. Well, that does not work. Whenever you drop it out of your backpack, it cancels the rift and you will not get teleported, so you have to leave it in your rucksack, and then once you're teleported, it goes away. Number 6 is another one that got patched today, and that was where you could duplicate ether blades and also strip wonder weapons and quad pack-a-punch them, and then also duplicate wonder weapons to other players. The trick is that you had to buy Jug, and when you bought Jug and then got downed and fully bled out to the point where you had to plea to be revived, while you were being revived, you could open your rucksack and drop items. For some reason, the Jug allowed you to do this, and now you can't do that. Even if you have Jug, you cannot open your rucksack, so you're not able to duplicate anything or drop anything. So this one is gone. Number 7, this was a big one, and they finally fixed it. And this is where Greylorm, the red worm boss fight, would follow you all the way to the final exfil if you didn't kill it. Players would be trying to innocently exfil and save their their items and just get out of the game, and this worm would come and just fuck up their day. It would show up at the very last second where you didn't have time to respond or even get out safely, and it would punch you up through the top of the helicopter and most of the time break the helicopter. I am definitely a victim of this. This worm got me good. But they finally patched it, so they just tortured us just enough and they finally fixed it in Season 2 Reloaded. Number 8. I honestly don't know what's going on with this. Some people are saying that it's just a glitch, it's not intentional, but I'm thinking it's probably a nerf. They didn't mention it in the patch notes, so we're like, maybe it is just a glitch, but the Aether blades seem to be nerfed. We'll see if they say anything and say yes, they did, or say oops, it was messed up and they fix it later. But the Aether blades are now not killing whenever you throw them. It will take half the health of a zombie. I tested it in tier 1, and this is how the pattern is. So let's say you have 3 zombies with you. It will kill the first one and then only take half the health of the other 2 around it. And this is tier 1. These zombies should be murdered, but this is how it's been reacting today. It's like you have to throw the blade twice now to kill a small amount of zombies. Normally you'd be insta-killing all these zombies in all tiers and in all of the dark ethers, but not anymore. And this is subtle, and that's what makes me think that it's a nerf. Like, they tweaked it just a little bit where you have to throw it twice now instead of just getting that insta-kill. Also, something totally weird about the Aether blades that will glitch them out and make you lose them is if you are in one of the dark ether tiers and you throw the blades, then you pick up one of the bunnies to trigger that contract, the blades will not return to your inventory. They look like they're there, but they're not. You can't throw them anymore. They're gone for the rest of the game. And hitting the ammo caches do not replenish them. Number 9 that got patched, and this one was so much fun. I really liked doing this in game. This is where you could use the Scorcher and wall breach up into this cave and then go rob the crates in this room. You can still use the Scorcher, wall breach, get above the cave and walk above the room, and normally you would go prone and be able to open the cases through the ceiling and take everything, but that is now patched. When you go prone on the ceiling, you can't get those crates to open, and I tried like dropping to the side of the wall, and if you could like get down onto the side of the wall on the outside, you would be able to open them, but there's like no ledge and you just fall. There's an ammo cache in there, and you can stand on this little tiny piece of the wall on the outside and activate the ammo cache, but yeah, you can't get to the crates. I didn't spend a lot of time trying, and maybe there are people out there that can try to figure this out. Also, I posted a way of getting back up to the surface of the map safely, but shout out to BBK. He showed me one today that is a lot better. This one, you just drop down and parachute towards this direction, and then when you hit about this area under the map, it will just teleport you back on top. A few of the glitches that do still work, the Outlast contracts, unlimited zombie spawn still works, the ability to turn your insured weapons into contraband and then stack them in the menus, it still works. The God mode safe spots under all the excavators in all the tiers, including tier 3, still work. They haven't blocked those yet. And finally, keeping your Aether blades equipped in your lethal spot is still working if you leave through the bad signal and then close app when you see the teleportation screen. And then it also works with the story exfil choppers. But this is everything so far, and if there are after patches, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.